Hello guys, welcome to the video. So in this one, we're gonna add headers over here so we can see difference between different buttons, because now it's kind of difficult to understand like quickly which button is which. And also I want to show you how to add corners, bridges, heels, and sorry, we already have corners, bridges, heels, and rotation and position. All of that is pretty easy to do, so I think we can combine it in one video. First of all, we need to add new prefabs. So let's go to Grid Builder. Over here, I've added a header, and we can make another one. Let's do header, heels. We're gonna do public game object, tile, heel, and I think it's okay if we use numbers because heels is basically 3 parts of one object, of one heel. So we're gonna do public game object heel 2 and heel 3. We also need header for bridges, so I'm gonna do bridges, and we're gonna have public game object, tile, bridge with a field, because we're gonna have bridge that is like having field below it. We're also gonna have a bridge that having road below it, so tile, bridge, road, and public game object, tile, bridge, sideway. Perfect. Very well. Now let's save this and let's go to Unity and assign these prefabs. Then we can go back to creating labels and other things. Let's go to prefab, tiles, grid builder, heel 1, heel 2, heel 3, bridge with field, bridge with road, bridge with sideway. Nice. Now let's go back to the tile slot editor, because I want to show you how to add headers over here, which in case of editor is called label. Over here, we need to make style for these headers. So we're gonna do private GUI style, centered style. Now we need to fill it up with the information. We can just do it here. We're gonna do centered style equals to new GUI style. Then we need to type GUI skin label and open curly brackets. Inside we can set up this style as we want. And just in case you're wondering how do I remember all of this, not all of the things I'm showing you I remember. Some of the things I have to look up online, and that's completely normal. Just don't be too hard on yourself if you cannot remember things we type in here, because it's okay. Brain has a capacity, you cannot remember everything, it's totally fine. Sometimes you have to take a look at your old project to remember how do you write this. The main goal for you is to solve the problem. The main goal for you is to make what you want. How you do that is not that important. So if you have to check your old projects or if you have to look up something online, it's completely okay. Now let's type alignment to set alignment for the center. Text anchor center, middle center. Then we need font style, and I want it to be bold. Let's do font style equals to font style, wait a second. It should be comma. Let's do font style equals to font style bold, and font size gonna be 16. So now we have a style for a label, and we can just go over here and make GUI layout, label. And we're gonna start by making label for tiles. So maybe something like tile options with a centered style. Just that. Let's save this and let's see what we have as a result. All right, now we can see tile options, and below we have all of the tiles we need. I think it's okay if we make another label for corners. Also, probably we could reduce the font size. I'm gonna try 14. Now I want to duplicate this label. Go to the corners over here. Before we begin horizontal, I'm gonna insert this label and I'm gonna rename it to corner options. Let's save it. Let's go back. Now we have tile options, corner options. I like it. Looks good to me. Probably we should bring back 16 because it's kind of too small. Anyway, let's keep it like that for now. I want to show you other things. When I had two buttons in the same row, I just used this button width divided by 2. When I had one button, I just multiplied by 2. But this is sort of a hard code in value. And I would like to change it because we want to have control of everything. Let's make float one button width. And we're going to take this over here, copy, paste, and delete divide by 2. This one should be renamed to 2 button width, and we can duplicate it, rename it to 3 button width, and divide it by 3. Now, whenever you have, like when you want to have one button in a row, you can just use one button width. And same goes if you want to have more buttons. All right, now let's work on bridges and hills. I think we can take another label, paste it in here, and we can just name it as bridges and hills. Bridges and hills, like that. Now we need 6 buttons inside of this, below this label. For that, we'll have to do lots of copy pasting, but that's the only way. Let's copy this, bring it down over here, and we need to copy this button, place it here like that. Now we have 3 buttons under bridges and hills. I want to change this to 3 buttons width. Same here, 3 buttons, and same here. Now we also want to change game object that we're using and the name of a button. This one will be hill 1, hill 2, hill 3. And we need to change game object over here to hill 3, hill 2, and hill 1. All right, this should work. Let's save this. Let's go back and just double check it. Okay, we have bridges and hills. Let's click it. Yes, very well, we have it. Now let's add 3 more buttons for bridges. Let's go back to editor, and I'm just gonna copy all of these because we need another horizontal. Let's copy, paste it in here. We need another label that I forgot, so oh no, we don't need label, it's going to be together. So maybe let's name it something like bridge with road. Then over here we need to use road, style bridge road. Then in this one we can use bridge with field. Wait a second. In the original one we have in field road sideway. So why don't we do same way? Field. Here we're gonna use bridge with road. And over here as well, bridge with road. I know guys, it takes some time, but believe me, it's totally worth it in the long run when you're creating levels. Here we're gonna need sideway, and here sideway as well. Bridge with sideway. Nice, love it. Let's save this, let's go back. Now we have it like that, bridge with field, with road, with sideway. Very cool. Let me double check colliders because I see something is off. So this one has a full collider, right? Yes, this is good. How about child? something wrong with a child. We did not... Wait a second. I think it's a prefab. Let me check. Yes, it's a prefab. Let's do reset over here. And this one should be reset as well. And this one is okay. Good. Gonna re-import. Come on. Show me the image. Okay, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Let's see it again. Fine, fine, fine. Fine, fine, fine. Everything is fine. Okay, now we need to do something else here. It is very important. As you can see, we have a tile, but it is not always rotated in the direction we need, as well as a position. Sometimes we need to adjust position by a bit. For that, we're going to make a method and a button. We can just click a button and it will adjust its position on the Y, for example. So we don't have to go to transform, do -0, 1 every time. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. First, we need to go to tile slot. And these were for the setup, so I think we can collapse them. And we can... Maybe let's do it below. We need 2 methods here. One of them is going to rotate the tile, another one gonna adjust the Y position. So we're gonna do public void rotate tile int direction, and it's gonna return me transform rotate by 0, 90 degree on the Y multiplied by direction and 0 on the Z. So it's gonna rotate around the Y only. And then public void adjust Y. Again, we need int vertical direction, which gonna do transform position plus equals new vector 3 0.1f multiplied by vertical direction and 0, just like that. Let's save it. Now we have 2 methods that we can use. We only need to make visual buttons for them. We could make buttons below, or we could make buttons above. I think it's better if we do them above. So let's go back to tile slot editor. Just make sure you have these 2 methods. And we're gonna make another 4 buttons. I know it all looks so confusing, I understand that, so if you want you can get a project, my project, in the end of this section and just check the code there. But I'm trying to be not that fast when we're making a method, so you should be fine. Now look, we need label and buttons for rotation and adjusting the position. It's gonna save us lots of time in the future when we make levels. So I'm gonna take these, all of it, gonna copy it, go above and paste it in. Then we need to change name to position and rotation, and let's do this as rotate left. We don't need a game object over here, we just need to call rotate tile. And if we rotate in left, we pass in -1. Over here, we're gonna rotate right, so we're gonna pass 1. Rotate tile 1. And we're gonna change name to rotate right. Then we need another horizontal with 2 buttons, so I'm just gonna copy this, copy, paste in. Gonna remove this so you can see all together. Yes. Now over here, I'm just gonna do -0.1f on the Y, so it's clear what we do. And instead of doing rotation, I'm gonna do adjust Y with -1. Same goes here. Adjust Y with a 1. And as a button's name, I'm gonna type plus 0.1f on dy. and it's better to give it a space over here, like that. Yes. Now let's save it. Also, this shouldn't have capital letter, I'm sorry. Let's rename it and do adjust like that. Okay, let's save it all. Let's go back to Unity. Now we have buttons with rotation and position. And just as example how it's going to be, I'm going to delete these two. I'm going to take prefab over tile. Let's say we take tile field and let's duplicate it, bring it here, duplicate it, bring it here. Then let's take these three, duplicate them, bring them here. And let's say you have a small field of a 6x6. You would go to orthographic view because it's a bit easier to manage. Then you would select buttons that you want, I mean tiles that you want, and you can switch them to road like that. Then if you need to bring them lower, you can click -1, it's going to be lower. If you have some corner you want to make, for example, this button over here, I mean this tile, I'm sorry, this tile over here, or this tile over here should be a corner, you can click corner, and then you can rotate it with this button over here like that. This one can be switched to sideway, and rotate like that. And you can see how easy it is to manage now. Sideway, this one should be up a little bit, so I'm gonna do that, plus this one can be sideway, up, and this one, let's say, is just a road tile that we need to bring down, so I'm gonna click -1. Now I can go back to original view, and we have part of the map. That was very easy and fast to make. It looks pretty, nice, neat, without any mistake. And we have them here with the correct name. That's all what we had to do in this video. I'm gonna show you other things because we still need to make the level itself. We need to generate the set of tiles so we can change them, but that's better be done in another video. So thank you so much for paying attention, and I'll see you in the next one.